didn't do well in that.
The deaf chick and Frank.
Was she deaf?
Deaf, blind, and mute.
No, I think that's
Contact's not great. A little better though. Just saying.
I don't know if it was just funny at the time. My parents have a problem with tequila.
What do you mean?
My mom.
We didn't almost kill him. He was awake when we threw him in the pool.
Yeah, we were trying to kill him.
We weren't gonna kill him.
I mean, Matt was trying to kill him.
Maybe
he put him in a dog cage, locked him in there, and was gonna throw him in the pool.
All right, yeah, that's. I didn't know all that actually. That's what you meant. Oh, we were. Yeah, I didn't even know. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that you. Oh.
No, dude. I don't know if it was just funny at the time.
He was not invited.
Yeah.
And his mom, who was the nurse at the school, fucking told me that so many people found out, which is why I had to cancel it like a couple days before.
Yeah. But then we still partied. Or we just moved it to like a different day.
You know, I told everyone I was going to zero gravity.
Zero gravity.
I was like, fuck you guys for spreading it too big. I'm going to zero gravity, knowing damn well I was just going to throw a party.
The problem was we hung out with all the older kids, too. So they would tell, and then they would tell, and then they would tell.
That wasn't even the worst.
It wasn't us young people ruining it, because it was only
the freshmen and the juniors.
Yeah, it was only like 10 of us that were younger that partied.
Yeah.
It was all the older kids. I mean, there was a lot of old lames, dude.
But then it slowly started. Well, because I would invite randoms that I knew wouldn't snitch on me. But if I knew your parents well enough, I would not let you come to parties. like I knew yours. We were good.
Yeah. Yeah, we played soccer.
I kicked out Pedro from a party because his mom freaked out on me, and I was like, "You can't come."
Pedro?
Peter.
Oh.
I call him that because he looks Mexican. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mexican.
My grandma, who speaks no Spanish, said, "Oh, you should speak like him. He has a good accent." I was like, "Grandma, he's being sarcastic. He just said, órale, wey." I was like, "He's fucking with you." And I'm like, "No." So now I just started calling him Pedro ever since then. But yeah. So now one thing I want to say about Biden, I don't know if you know, he had an executive order because of the gas prices. He's trying to fix it. So he's doing it where you know what ethanol is, right? It's like corn and gas.
Yeah.
So he's trying to take the corn.
That's what like the E85 is, right? Or whatever.
I don't know the specifics. I just know that it's made out of gas. It's like, and that's what like the diesel, old school diesel engines were for like vegetable diesel and shit.
Yeah. Did you hear about that they snuffed the guy who made the water engine? The government snuffed them.
What do you know about that? I only heard.
I don't know a lot, but I know that he came up with the water engine and then tried to patent it. They realized that he was patenting it and killed his ass.
Damn. Wait. So like, you know Nikola Tesla? Have you heard of that name?
Yeah.
Not like the Tesla cars,
OG,
but the guy. Yeah,
Tesla.
They apparently did the same shit, but like Thomas Edison was the guy who paid for all that shit to happen. The dude who invented the fucking light bulb. That was
I heard.
Tesla's
I heard that like Tesla was the first inventor.
Yeah. Well, and then
Franklin
he thought he invented something where if he could put 3 poles on 3 different parts of the world, and you just let him do that you could plug your phone into the ground and charge it. Like literally, just everything will be coming out with.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Allegedly.
Like I said, all I know is electricity goes straight to ground. That's how you get shocked. Because you're the path of least resistance, so it wants to go through you to the ground.
So, you know, like the ball, the static electric ball. You know the
that
towers
makes your
with
hair
the metal bar, the metal ball on it. Yeah. They look like that, and it was apparently going to electrify the air. So it's kind of what you were saying. It would just go through you into the ground. But it'd be, I don't know, the specifics. And it's all theoretical and on YouTube. So it could be some Russian fucking with me.
Well, it's funny because, like, remember Wikipedia used to be, like, all our teachers would be
Dude,
like, you can't use Wikipedia.
I was thinking of writing a stand-up joke about that because I got fact-checked on this podcast by Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I was like, I wrote the answer to what you fact-checked me with, you dick. Like,
and then YouTube used to also be, like, the craziest shit. Like, I remember being a kid, I had a YouTube video where I was just ghosting cigarettes.
That's fucking dumb.
You know what's hilarious, too? I wasn't the best at it, so I'd smoke probably 6 cigarettes. In, like, 10 minutes. You know?
Yeah. I used to just do that
trying to get
off camera.
Cool ghosting
because of the
video.
sports thing. Yeah. But, no, I had some for school where I would, like, One was a class was called Youth and Law. It was like film these 3 acts being committed, these crimes, not in real life, just pretend.
Oh, that'd be tight.
So
They're
I
like,
just
all right,
grabbed,
go outside to kill somebody.
I grabbed my little brother's friend who was like 9 at the time, and I just put a bunch of like spices in a bag, and we went on the corner and like, this is the drug deal. I would just do that, and that shit's still on YouTube.
Which hilariously enough,
And then one with me making out with my ex. I'm not gonna say her name for obvious reasons, but the middle school one that's in California now. You know what I'm talking about? Unnamed. I'll just bleep it out. Yeah. But
did you ever? Because I don't remember if it was before you or
everyone hooked up with her though. I know that.
yeah, but her dad ran me out of the house
Mm.
because he caught me with my pants down.
It was definitely after
her
me
bedroom.
because her mom caught me about to take my dick out.
Yeah,
And I started. I was her first dick.
yeah, ran
Yeah.
me out of the house.
And then she apparently loved it. She loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Remember, she did. I'm gonna
she
have
dated.
to-
I was
I was gonna have to bleep that out. I was gonna say she cheated on me with him. And
Sorry,
then,
she
and
dated
then cheated on him
granola.
with me. No worries. You got it if you need it.
baby. No more plumbing for me.
All right. But yeah, that whole executive order thing, all I wanted to say was that that's going to drive the price of meat up. So just be ready.
Well, yeah, everything's up.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, if he starts taking corn out of the supply, and that's what the main feed is for
yeah,
animals,
yeah.
that's going to, price of corn's going to go up.
Yeah.
So your
I don't
meat's
know,
going to be
dude.
expensive.
In the Midwest, though, isn't all of Indiana a corn farm?
Yeah, which
You
is
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying. No matter what happens, we've
Anywhere-
been living on that price.
Anywhere south of Chicago is just a corn farm.
Yeah.
It's just fields and fields and fields of corn.
But now it's going to be for gas, and it's going to knock the price down like 10 cents because apparently, isn't that gas trash compared to like
Yeah.
the...
Well,
Yeah.
I know the.
It's not as good as the shit that we have at the pump right now.
I think it's E85 is, the other one. It's cheaper, but you get less gas mileage.
Yeah.
So like it turning it.
And
weighs itself
I went
out.
to Michigan yesterday to go check out the farm I used to work on, and the prices tripled to run it. So
Really?
like one guy, not the person I worked with, but his buddy, who's another farmer, bigger one, $500K last year to run it, said 1.2 mil for him this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, everything's up. I mean, I don't know, but
That's just sketchy because that's the food price again. So if
Yeah.
they just start taking the feed
well,
out
and that's a
like
necessity. We could, if we
Yeah.
really needed to, we can get by without cars.
Yeah.
You
Well, to a point.
If we really
yeah.
needed to, or like just Uber, but of course everything, you know,
they
it's,
don't,
it
exactly.
bounces off each other.
Yeah, the question would have to be though, who decides who doesn't and does get cars? Because that's what no one trusts.
Well,
who's
no, I'm
making
just
the
saying,
decision-makers now.
If I
No,
have
you're
to,
right,
if it's
but-
to the point where it's like I work 30 miles away, I drive to the North Shore every morning. If it gets to the point where an Uber's cheaper than the gas, then I'll fucking Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course.
Yeah.
I
Now,
don't
if
wanna,
I told you that was planned and they want people to think like that to transition off of oil, would you be like, all right, whatever? Would that make
nah,
sense?
I
Would it
don't
seem
give
like
a
that's
fuck.
kind of going on?
I mean, it's a good possibility because yeah, we're killing the atmosphere and everything like that. But
Allegedly.
yeah, I don't.
Allegedly.
Again, I don't know shit. I know electric and plumbing.
Yeah. But, no, what was I going to say? Yeah, it's artificially boosted, right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. So it could be $3 still. It would go up because
Yeah.
of Russia, but because we're trying to force that green energy shit, when we can just use our oil instead.
Yeah, but isn't it worse? Like, aren't the mines they're digging for the?
No, they used to be. Our tech has evolved so much that basically it's all good. But it's even if we don't drill, the issue is we're not using less oil. We're just buying it from people who don't have any health regulations. So if we don't drill, everyone's buying from China, who's just fucking polluting like a motherfucker.
Gotcha.
And they're polluting so much that us being clean doesn't mean shit. So it's just making us go broke. That's all it is. But if we drill, we can have the cleaner versions. We can have better regulations, sell it to people so that they're morally better. And then we can all slowly transition to green.
Yeah,
But that's off the table. That was
at the end of the day,
libertarian view.
I'll be in Shitwater tomorrow.
Fair.
You
They're
know,
they're gonna pay for you to get to where you gotta go. You
Exactly.
don't gotta worry about it. I'm a useless cold caller, so I'm kind of concerned. I like the burn crews, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the person they fucking hate. The useless
Yeah, what
driver.
I was talking about the other day. I haven't burned cruise since my mom would give me her car on Sundays.
Yeah, but literally, I'm like the evil person that they hate.
Yeah.
Like, you literally just drive around for fun. Like, when you're bored, do nothing. I'm like, yeah, it was a beautiful day out.
Yeah.
Nah, so there's also some other people saying that if you connect, like, the exhaust of cars nowadays to, like, greenhouses, the plants actually thrive better because it's carbon and they need it to live.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Right now, it's like over vegetating some areas. But like back when the dinosaurs popped off, like that atmosphere was like not as bad as we think the atmosphere will get from the carbon shit today. That makes kind of sense.
What about, so they talk about cow farts. What about like dinosaur farts?
Exactly.
I mean, that's
probably
probably way more.
But like the trees were bigger when they were doing that.
True.
Exactly. And that's what they're like.
So that it was sucking in carbon dioxide.
It's not saying that we're not fucking the atmosphere up. It's saying that the people who are saying we're fucking the atmosphere up are giving us bullshit solutions. That'll just make us go broke. It won't help.
Oh, yeah.
That's the argument.
I mean, I would love to go back to a trading society.
But just be careful. If you say that to people in public, they'll call you a climate denier.
Planet denier?
Climate denier. Climate change denier.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, no, it is changing, but...
Yeah, I don't really... Yeah, out in the public, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
It's just, I can't help myself sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what is fucked? The Juuls are getting banned. They got banned.
Yeah, my stepdad smokes the Juul, and he's probably going to off himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he's like one of the weirdos, too, that likes tobacco flavor.
You're coming at me, bro.
So he won't get, like, the fruity ones.
I had to get so my transition from off, because I didn't smoke any nicotine until I was 21. At all, ever. I was just blunts.
My first cig was in 7th grade.
I smoked a cig in 7th grade with stove, actually.
Yeah, and I think by the end of 7th grade summer, I was stealing a pack of cigarettes from my mom.
I didn't like it when I tried it. I was like, fuck. But
actually, no, I think
I started in Dubai. I went to visit a buddy in Dubai, and I didn't like stay at the hotels and shit because he was from there. And they have this like tobacco that's like in a pipe. It's one hit, and I was explaining it's hitting a whole cigarette in one hit. So you get the crazy head rush, just like.
Well, I don't know if you remember, Mitchie D.
Yeah.
His grandma died from lung cancer, so he hated cigs. But he thought it was the filter, so he would just smoke bowls of tobacco.
So here's because you know I worked in Spain, right? After college, I went to Spain.
Yeah.
I was ripping cigs like crazy, like fucking nuts. And everyone else was. Like, when you went out, if you did anything, you were smoking 10 cigarettes, but it was all hand-rolled cigarettes and bags of tobacco.
I did it for a while, the Bugle Boy bags or whatever.
But, well, this one was like you had to rip some of them apart. Like, it literally looked like they just chopped it up from the fucking leaf and put it in the bag. So that's what I'm saying. That was my theory, was it's like the additives. Like, you know how they said
they definitely make it burn
tar
slower
and shit
and
like
shit.
that.
Yeah. They
like,
put shit in it to
dip,
make...
Didn't they have, like, glass and dip to, like, cut your lips and shit?
And dip.
Back in the day.
Yeah, like plexiglass or something.
Yeah, like, that's the shit that we got to answer that first before coming to any crazy conclusions. But but the China versus the U.S. thing is because I can still buy flavored Posh's. Like,
yeah, well, remember they got rid of all the flavored Juuls.
Yeah, and then Posh came out and just started dominating the market.
Yeah,
his Juul had cucumber.
Well, I think Big Tobacco took a huge hit when those came out.
I had a business startup that I almost got funded when I was 18 because I wanted to have a line of blunts. Actually, it was Stove's Easy Beezies. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Of course, that's what all of our aspirations were when we were 15.
I fucking did a whole business plan, price it out, and it turns out you can't really make shit in this country for cheap.
No.
But yeah, so I told them, I'm like, yeah, we have to get this out before they raise the age to 21. And what happens? It's fucking 21.
Yeah.
It happens on my little brother's 18th birthday.
Yeah, that's where it hits the most, dude.
That was like, a big fucking loss, what I'm saying. But, yeah, I don't know.
Especially because, like, I mean, it was kind of like the thing back in the day with, like, the draft. You could get drafted at 17, but you couldn't have a cigarette legally. Or whatever,
yeah, well, I mean, kind of now.
And now it's even worse. Now you have to be in the army for 3 years before.
I don't remember which episode, but there was a guy that got brought up right now because of the whole gun control thing, and a guy said they want to raise the age to get an AR to 21, and then a Republican congressman was like, "Okay, would you raise the draft age to 21?" And then the Democrat was like, "No, why? Because we need a gun." But you just said brains aren't fully developed, so why would you send them to war? So we need bodies. Like, that's the argument.
Yeah,
you know,
that's all bullshit.
That's why libertarians just saying 2024, they think you should lower the drinking age, all that shit, or raise them both, but you got to be consistent.
I don't know about lowering because I don't make smart decisions at 20. And I'm 26 in 2 weeks.
Well, like just to like keep it equal, basically. They want to like lower the hypocrisy and then just leave it there.
Then raise the draft. I think that's a good idea. Raise the draft.
But then you gotta like kind of limit the rights of like 18 to 21 year olds. So like, can they vote on shit that they're not allowed to do? That's the issue.
Do you have to be 21 to vote?
No. That's why you can vote on when you can drink before you can drink. That's like the issue with these fucking age restrictions. Yeah, so if you do it, you got to move all that shit to 21. But we could do that, but no, you need bodies, so that's
21 is like a, I don't know.
But then,
I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then legal adulthood would change, and that would be a whole fucking thing.
I think it's also a thing about experience too, because like us drinking heavily in high school, like I don't know if they do that anymore. Yeah.
Allegedly.
I don't know if they do that anymore because like the kids kind of seem a little pussy now. They got like they'd rather play video games.
Yeah, because that's they could just play together. It's like they're right next to each other.
Yeah, exactly. And then
they're. Why do we got a party? I can just sit here and get high.
Yeah. So like experience-wise, we were very experienced by 21.
That's true.
You know,
especially
where
our group,
we went past our limit. Where we knew how to keep it lower.
I threw better parties than I went to for the first 2.5 years of college.
Oh, of course. I mean, I went to some fun parties.
Yeah.
Because I think it was because I was always the guest.
But like that New Year's party, you remember? There were like 300 people here. Yeah. Literally. Yeah, that was some of like the best parties in college. That's why I was getting pissed because I didn't have a good enough fake to get in the bars, and I was like, these are like the bad parties I used to go to.
These are fucking lame.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this sucks.
Yeah, but
I almost transferred out of UConn. I almost went to Indiana and went to pledge with Austin.
Well, I think that because I didn't go to college, it was like a
good decision. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that of course, but it was like a holiday when I was there. You know, we would do something special because I was there when every Saturday isn't going to be the best party of your life, you know. But if I come out once every 3 months.
I didn't go to one class for 2.5 years. Yeah. That's over half of the time.
Well, yeah.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was just a big party. Yeah. Depending on your major, I'll say that.
Well, I didn't even go to class at community college.
That's what I'm
saying. I can't even understand.
You just got screwed over because it's going to be free soon.
Yeah. Well, it was free. Almost. It was I don't know, like $4,000 for the $6,000 maybe for the 2 semesters I went.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's what I fucking recommend to everybody is do that, save your bread, get a little fucking job.
Well, because I served tables, so I was working, so I had a full-time job, and then I was a full-time student. I had 6 credits or whatever.
Yeah, the 2 years I didn't go to class, I had a part-time job.
The state gave it all back.
20 to 30.
The state gave me back like 92% of it. I think I paid $600 to knock it.
I don't want to go into detail on how I finessed the college system.
Yeah, because you're watching, and we know you are.
This is all alleged. But yeah, I can't. I wasn't allowed to make over $10,000, or I would lose like half of my benefits.
That's pretty wild too.
Well, that fucked me over more than actually getting into college. That's where I'm like, it wasn't worth it.
See, I don't know.
If I treated it differently, but I'm not like the pencil pusher type. I'm out here talking shit on the camera, you know?
You and I were both good at math.
Yeah.
That's all that's there.
And then trig just fucked me up and I gave up. I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, well,
I don't need
cosine, tangent, sine, fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I became a trades guy. It's because I know how to fucking read a ruler. Yeah. You know, I understand fractions.
I fucked with psychology the whole time, though, but for female reasons.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the best.
Well, I fucked with, like, that's why I like math is because it made sense to me. I don't give a fuck why I got to put a comma here and a period there and when I'm supposed to use an or or whatever. I don't care. Because it's all made up shit. It's all made up language.
Rules,
yeah.
Dude.
At least math makes sense when I add a beer with your beer that we have 2 beers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I don't know if you heard, but 2 + 2 does not equal 4 sometimes because that's racist.
Oh. Well, then call me racist.
You know, like they're changing the kind of math teaching system to be more racially inclusive?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How do you be racial with numbers?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
So numberly
I,
included?
I also this is also a shitty stand-up joke I was trying to work on, but like that's a big push for the last couple years, and I didn't know until last year.
That doesn't even. I mean, a lot of
Well,
the shit
no,
doesn't
all I
make
can
sense.
think of is like the word problems being like, so white boy Jimmy gets 10, and because Tommy's black, he gets 3.5. When you add them together, what do you get? Like that's what I picture, that being. But it's called Common Core math apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
I know the white guy has to get grape blunts now too, or something. That you can only get. You can't get.
I'm working on a
sweets.
backdrop too, but
sweets.
it's with blunt wraps. So I'm working on it slow.
Are you gonna do the Stoves Beezies?
No, I can't do that anymore. The age is 21, and like social media took off big. My whole thing was to get on that early.
Well, no, I'm saying the background should be Stoves Beezies.
No. I got an idea.
He's got an idea, folks.
It might be terrible. I tried to make pledges do it.
What
in
is that?
college.
Is that tequila?
No, it's whiskey.
Oh, you do like whiskey. Let me get it.
Yeah, almost whiskey exclusively. Or
I was
something.
pretty drunk Saturday.
That's yesterday.
Saturday.
2 days ago? Yeah. I took a nap right after and then went out.
Yeah, I took a cold shower.
Ugh.
Took a nice cold shower, and then we just went over to my parents and slammed tequila.
Damn.
My parents have a problem with tequila.
What do you mean?
My mom.
It's an upper. You know it's an upper apparently? Everything else is a depression except for tequila.
Really?
Allegedly, again. I'll fact check myself in the
I mean, that's tight though, because I do have a blast on tequila.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
And I do want to fight my girlfriend every time I do tequila.
Yeah, that all makes sense. It's regional, your blood, my blood. Snizzles also have Mexican people. Don't be racist.
Yeah, my dad.
But speaking of not being racist,
he's
we're going to talk about an African American really quick. Elon Musk. You know he's African American.
Yeah, but South African, right? That's the white ones? North African?
Well, the South African white ones are they're not the most loved right now, let's just say, because of the whole apartheid thing.
Wait, so you know how they say like certain black communities say they're the true Israelites?
Yeah.
So is that
It's
only
like Jews? They're just
is that only like African people, or is that like
no? So apparently this is just brief, but because my uncle's super religious, so and then he started giving me like the Jewish Bible, because apparently the Jewish Bible is called the Torah, is only the Old Testament of the Bible, which is easy to think, but that's it. So no Jesus. That's the whole argument.
See, I didn't
So
even know
how Jesus had, was it 12 disciples, right?
No.
Generally.
No
So he
idea.
had 12 disciples, the people he taught all his lessons to.
Okay.
And those are the different tribes of Jews, essentially. But like the word Jews is Judas, the guy who betrayed Jesus, which I don't know, some conspiracy theorists use that to demonize them the most. That's the conspiracy. Jews run the media shit.
Yeah. Well,
That's
don't
them.
they?
Not exclusively. Like they got help from a bunch of other people. So, but yeah. And then there's just a bunch of other tribes, and they all had to like scatter because, historically Jews are hated by people that they live near. Like
and they do well
Egyptians,
in attics and
the
stuff.
Germans. They're resilient. They're a resilient breed.
Except one lady didn't do well in the
The
attic.
deaf chick, Anne Frank.
Was she deaf?
Deaf, blind, and mute.
No, I think that's I think that's
joke. Yeah.
who's that one?
No, that's Helen Keller.
Was she also Jewish?
I heard she was just a communist like myth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just
Helen Keller or Anne Frank?
Oh, I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Fuck, the deaf, blind, mute one. Yeah,
Helen Keller.
But
She had to be a great dancer.
She just felt it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
She had to, man.
Shit.
Can't see anybody like giving her a thumbs down. Can't hear any boos.
She'd have to feel the music though, a lot of bass.
Well, isn't that what they say a lot about deaf people, is they feel the like vibrations and shit?
Yeah, but back in the day, I guess with the guitar it has.
Oh, you don't think there was house back then?
There must have been a version of that. I
There
wonder
had
what
to have
the fucking. I don't even know when back.
Just like
then
hard
was.
snares. I don't know.
Not for Helen Keller.
Yeah,
I feel like, why would I travel all the way for this girl? Oh, fuck. All right. Shit, this is supposed to go on YouTube. I don't know.
Fuck Helen Keller, dude.
What? You
The
know,
Jews
you
are
know what
the Jews are
sexual-
tight, but fuck Helen Keller.
fair. Fair. Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
now we're
Well, do you know what the Helen Keller sex thing is?
no,
Hooking up with a mute girl, a deaf girl, and a blind girl.
all at the same time.
No, just
That'd be a wild.
you have to
threesome.
do the trio to have. Now, I guess
to
complete the Helen Keller.
become Helen Keller. That's a
To do the Helen Keller.
oh, wasn't that a song? Do the Helen Keller and move with your hips. I said, huh,
No, it's the Hokey Pokey. I'm thinking of the Hokey Pokey.
That's awesome. That's good stuff.
I think that's the beat.
That's for you, YouTube.
Oh man,
That's good stuff.
well, yeah. So Amber Heard, Elon Musk, and then this other chick apparently had a 3-way affair while she was dating Johnny Depp.
3-way affair, does that mean like one time or they just constantly did it?
I don't know, but there's a picture of these two making out.
That's hot.
Right? Good for this.
Now with
man.
this, now
with him, yeah.
fucking Musk.
Yeah, that's
Get
what money
him
will
out
do
of the
to you.
picture. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm not saying I'm one of these people, but the defenders of the grab her by the pussy comment by Donald Trump
Hell yeah.
say in reference it was because when girls are gold diggers, they will let you
Grab
quote
him right
unquote
by the pussy.
grab them by the pussy.
Good enough.
That was
See,
the
that's
context. And in context, not great. A little better though. Just
Yeah.
saying. But
Well,
yeah.
did you see the picture of him with the huge ass? Apparently, he's got a huge ass.
He's African.
Oh, makes sense.
Am I being racist?
I don't
know.
think so.
Well,
I think historically,
I don't look at it by skin color.
Yeah.
Clearly.
yeah, we just love your ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he's got a donk on him.
Nice. I didn't know that.
So maybe that's what brought Amber Heard to him.
They do look like flat ass bitches.
Yeah.
Well, I only say bitches because of the recent ruling. It turns out she's an actual bitch, and everyone can agree.
Yeah, I mean, shitting on someone's bed is crazy.
Hey, allegedly.
No, I thought it wasn't alleged.
Apparently, she thinks it was alleged. Did you see her post lost interview?
Mm-mm.
She was like asked something, and she was like, "Oh, so what do you want to say to the?" Or she was asked about Johnny Depp's lawyer, and was like, "What do you think of her?" And she was like, "What do I think of the person who defended the man who convinced the world he had scissors for hands?" I think it's ridiculous.
The Depp lawyer called your testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers. I'm the performer.
And she was still saying she's innocent. So
I mean, but I think that's the problem with actors too. Is once you act for so long, you believe. I mean, it's just like with liars. Once you lie for so long, you start to believe your lies.
yeah,
You know,
and
then you can't.
No one trusts actors
Well, you
because
can't.
of the pure nature of who they are.
Yeah, you can't. You can't
Yeah.
differentiate between your lies and truths anymore.
It's like when Alec Baldwin didn't shoot the girl but shot the girl.
Well, wasn't that Hillary Clinton?
That's a good one. It could have been Hillary Clinton.
Wasn't it? I thought
Hillary
I
Clinton
heard.
made him pull the trigger on accident.
Well,
Set him up.
No, I heard it was Hillary Clinton dressed as Alec Baldwin.
That would make more sense. The lady was apparently
Yeah,
married
running
to,
against someone that didn't like Hillary. Huh?
former. Damn. She was married to a former Clinton campaign lawyer.
I think that's what I believe the most is Hillary was in an Alec Baldwin costume.
Well, I mean, on the subject of Hillary, the next thing I wanted to talk about was, you know who Ghislaine Maxwell is?
That's the chick with
Epstein.
Epstein. Yeah.
She's on suicide watch now.
Well, duh.
But do you think she's going to kill herself?
Yeah.
Or get killed herself?
Well, I think Epstein isn't really dead. It was Hillary Clinton in a Epstein costume.
So someone snuck him out and then just
And then
fucking switched the body
Yeah,
out?
so I think Hillary Clinton's actually dead. But, I mean...
Whoa, hold up. What'd you just say? What?
Nah, I'm just joking.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's... Never heard that one.
But
I've heard a lot of them.
It's pretty crazy to be a girl and to go find young girls. I mean, if anything, she should get the death penalty.
Well, you know what she said in court was that she thought she'd only get 4 years. And do you know why? Because she helped start the Clinton Global Initiative.
Really?
And I believe after the news article I read that came out and said that she thought 4 years Clinton Global Initiative, that was her quote. Then
So
a day
she
later,
knew-
she was put on suicide watch.
So, but
Just saying.
But she knew that
It might not
eventually
be-
she'd get caught, so she started that 4-year shit for the Clintons.
She's only asking for 4 years. I think she can get 4 years because of how much info she's
But
got.
are they
on people.
really? It's not like they're in real prison. It's like celebrity prison.
No, they were in
with
real
their-
prison.
Really?
Yeah, because if what everyone's saying is true,
Then how
all the
is she not-
politicians are the ones who are on the list. So they're sending her to the shittiest place so she kills herself or dies.
Well, I would think.
And also another thing too is a cellmate admitted that someone tried paying them to kill her already,
Yeah, I would think that
allegedly.
because normally in prisons, or the stereotype is that pedophiles get fucked up,
Oh well,
and she's like the head. Besides Epstein, she's the second
she would be
head
like
pedophile.
I guess a higher security prison, so it wouldn't be as much interaction time with other people, which is why it's sketchy that the cellmate was saying that they got paid to try and kill her.
I'd fucking do it.
Yeah, but
Because I mean, yeah, what that shit's crazy.
I mean, yeah, win-win.
But I mean, those girls had to,
Looking.
those young girls had to be so hot, right? Was it young boys too? They weren't
It was all-
sexist,
it
were
was
they?
everything, yeah.
They weren't sexist. No,
Yeah, it was like
they treated young bussy and pussy equally. You know what a bussy is, right?
Mussy.
Bussy.
Oh no, Mussy's for trans people.
I didn't hear that one.
Oh.
Damn, now we got 3 types of ussies.
Yeah, dude, it's
Hell
fun. It's
yeah.
kind of dope.
Bussy,
Yeah.
pussy, and mussy.
Lady
Ooh.
dicks and gentle people, you are welcome. I forgot to say that in the intro.
Ooh,
I try to say it in the intro.
Yeah, remember when you told me to make a colorful Jesus? You never used that one.
Yeah, it was for another podcast that was
Okay.
killed. That was just me basically testing out audio, but then my job changed a little, and I couldn't just do because I was able to record during the workday. And
Well, I'm still
Get
working on
promotions.
that other one. I started it. So I got that. It's an app where like you just draw frames,
yeah. Oh, okay.
and then you can. It's like how animation used to be back in the day, you know. So you can make it shitty where it's like slow, like a frame, half a second.
Like,
Or
yeah,
you can
like
make
the claymation.
it,
type
yeah,
of shit.
or you can make it fast where it's like 5 frames a millisecond or whatever.
Well, did I tell you the other idea I want?
So I gotta
had?
draw all the frames.
That tells you the other idea. It might be easier. It would be you and me passing a blunt like in chairs, like rolly chairs, and then in front of us. Have you seen The Dark Knight?
Yeah, this is the idea you told me.
Oh, is it the same
Yeah,
one?
this is the one.
not
Yeah,
the
with all the
Jesus?
computers and
Yeah.
yeah. You told me.
All
this
right,
one.
for sure.
That's what I'm talking. That's the
Yeah.
animation one.
Ah, fuck yeah.
So I've been
Okay.
trying to. So each frame is pretty much the same except one arm's moving. You know, you're
Well,
passing me.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be moving. It would just have to be a picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I've been.
It would be for the
I've been-
Spotify cover.
I've been having you move it back and forth to me, and then back and forth, or Peter,
Oh, shit.
and then I have all the computer things
Well, you
changing.
could take Peter out. He's I'm like too.
You killed him?
Huh?
Killed him.
He's deported.
Oh,
I thought he was Mexican.
to Greece.
No, I thought he was Mexican. They took him to fucking Guadalajara, and he's like, "The fuck, I don't know anyone here."
Do you think they deport other people than Mexicans?
Yeah,
Do they?
yeah, like the Middle Easterns who sneak in through Mexico. So like a lot of the Germans after World War II would go to Mexico and then wait a little
don't-
bit and then go to the U.S.
I don't know. I'm half privileged, so I don't know the other side of it. You know.
Oh yeah, no, it's Louis C.K.'s Mexican. Do you know that? He's like
Yeah, he looks
he's
like
one of us.
he's like Canelo, right? He's
one of us.
Ginger Mexican.
But he's
That's
his,
like a different breed. Ginger
his
Mexican.
family were Jews during World War II and left for Mexico, and then his mom married a fucking Mexican from Mexico.
That's tight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a shot for us in comedy.
You want to know something hilarious? Well, I don't know how hilarious it is because they lost World War II, but I found out my grandma, because my last name's Snitty. My grandma told me because it's SCH, it's SNY.
Oh, you
And
changed it?
Yeah, and she said that after World War One, any Germans that moved to America changed it to SNY to seem less German.
Oh shit!
See, when growing up, I thought it was the Irish version, or whatever, but no, they're both German.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah,
Your last
but
name
no,
is
yeah, no
Schnitzel?
hard Schneider
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Schneider. Yeah. So yeah, the guy who makes the
like the name.
pretzels is German.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, right? Isn't that like
Disappointing,
that
right?
thing? Not disappointing, but
I'm not mad, just disappointed. You know,
it's so much worse.
you've heard that before.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sure
much
you've
worse.
heard that before.
Yeah. smoking weed my whole life. They didn't know it was gonna be illegal when I was able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not as fun of a story, but Mexico, the president of Mexico said he wants to start like a EU, the European Union for the North America. You know what the EU is?
Nope.
So it's basically like our federal government, but only for the economy, only for money, for Europe. So all the European countries, except for England, they just basically have regulations set by this body group that sends like representatives. Okay. So it's like our states, but only for economy. Mexico's saying they want to start one with the U.S. and Canada. My immediate response is, why the fuck would we let you make any of the decisions?
Well, why would we appoint anybody to make the decision? I mean, back in the day when they like made the presidency, how many people were here? So it kind of made sense. Yeah, let's pick one guy and 10 people out of the 6,000 that were here. Now you're picking one person and 50 people out of 7 bill.
Yeah.
To make decisions.
Yeah, that's what that's the whole argument against the UN.
It's a lot. There's a lot more. The percentage is lower. So now it should be like we should have like 10 presidents.
Yeah.
And 200 senates and 200 house. You know.
Well, that's just the individual states have that. That's why it's decent, except for the senator. So like as like the population grows, but the number changes every fucking year.
Yeah.
But that's the whole argument against immigration is the number. Like, you know how like you hit a population number, you get another representative. Like it's off like that.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
It's not off legal population.
Oh.
That's why everyone's pissed about the immigration shit, is because everyone's coming to Chicago and like all these liberal Democrat areas. They're racking up political power, even though they can't even vote for shit. Just because that's how it works.
Well, it's pretty wild with like Illinois and Chicago. Like we're a blue state, but
my family came here.
Anybody outside of the 30-mile radius of Chicago is usually Republican.
Yeah,
it's just Chicago.
Yeah,
it's because their population.
It's the most. Yeah, that's the whole fucking what rules the land and the people who do shit, or the number of people. But whatever, fuck it. A funnier story though, Mexican cartels got all. It's gonna sound not funny at first, but there's a big shooting, and then they found a Mexican narco pet monkey who they said was an assassin, and it was in a fucking bulletproof vest with I don't know if it had guns on it, but
dude, that's awesome,
right? Dude, see, yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Is that El Chimpo?
Oh, damn. That might be the name of the fucking.
Is that who that is?
I hope so.
But nah, bro, you're El Chango.
Oh my god! But that's fucking sad to look at, but hilarious. Yeah. So.
Damn.
This shit's escalating, man. It's escalating. I think that might make me flip on my gun position, honestly.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it flipped to your Mexican side.
No, the Mexican in me says we need guns in the hands of civilians.
Because right now, you definitely harness your white side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My white side's like.
But that's how you get ahead in life. And then when anybody yells at you.
That's not true. That's if you're in popular like cities, that's how you get ahead in life.
Yeah.
But the farther away from cities you get, the less of that shit you need.
Well,
you know that.
But then once you get in trouble, you're like, no, I'm Mexican. So it keeps you out of trouble.
Another stand-up joke I had was, did you ever use a race card in middle school?
A race card?
The race card?
No, because I don't look anything.
I used to use
and I don't
the race
speak
card.
anything.
I used to use it just because I didn't look Mexican.
Well, yeah, you used to say I fucking hate.
To Hank, yeah. It's like, you're racist. Why? Because you're Mexican. I don't even know you're Mexican. This doesn't make you not racist. I would use the race card just because I didn't look Mexican, and they'd be like, "What? You're Mexican?" I'm like, "Why? What does a Mexican look like?"
But
to
you speak fluent, right?
Not until I was 17.
Really?
Yeah, from high school Spanish.
Yeah, see, I know.
Once they taught me past tense, I was like, "Oh shit, this is what you people are saying." Oh, you guys don't. You know, like 50 words.
I know, like kitchen Spanish.
Same, yeah.
And trade Spanish, because that's all I've done my whole life.
That's better than what I only know poor people Mexico Spanish.
Like chupa mi verga, all that shit. Like,
ooh, I gotta bleep that out, dude. This is a kid-friendly show.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Mom.
It's not kid-friendly. Smoke blunts and
drink. But like all of that stuff, I know that stuff. And Quieres pito and all that.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know most of that shit.
Well, did you know every line cook in a restaurant is gay? They all have a little gay in them.
What?
Yeah, every single one. I mean, they always ask if I like their dick. And they always tell me to bend over.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All the Mexicans in restaurants, every single one has a little bit of gay in them.
In the U.S.
In the U.S., yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take. Like it's.
At least in this area. At least in the 4 restaurants that I've worked at.
I can see. I can kind of see it.
They used to
Honestly,
call
I
me.
can kind of see it.
They used to call me greñas when I had long hair, because they thought I had pretty hair,
Wow.
and then they'd pretend to grab it.
Oh my fucking god.
They'd be like,
yeah, this sounds.
come here, and then pretend to grab it. But
This is a perfect story for Pride Month. Keep going.
yeah, well, I mean, I'm not against it.
No, I mean I know a bunch of Mexicans in this area who also have like that a little gay tone to their talking. You know,
It's like all their jokes are.
but
a little
I thought
gay.
it was an accent.
Oh,
But they've been here for 4 years.
You thought Chupa Mi Verga was their accent?
No, I thought that was just a request.
Every morning when I walk, because I still work on Sundays. Every morning I walk in, they're like, who's tinka?
If you have to run into this
Chupa,
again, I can
chupa.
teach you the Spain word, and they apparently don't know it.
Well, yeah, because the
Polla.
polla.
Yeah,
Is
not pollo's chicken.
pito?
Polla is cock
Pito?
in Spanish. So
Good
you
enough.
could say that. Chupa mi polla.
So I'll ask them if they're like, ¿Quieres panocha verde? And they're like, no.
Nasty motherfucker. Oh, shit. Oh,
I wonder, how do you say bussy?
bussy?
Yeah, how would you say it?
I don't know, but I was trying to look up the pronoun shit in Spanish because of the Latinx. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So
Well,
it's stupid shit. My mom read it to my grandma, and my grandma was like, "What are you doing?" She didn't know what was going on.
The whole language is
Every
female
single
or
word,
masculine,
yes.
you know.
Almost every single word, unless you're Puerto Rican or from southern Spain, and then they just forget to say the last part of the word.
Yeah.
So I guess that's fine, but yeah, that's what I get. And Cuban, not Cubans. They just
Yeah, so like
yeah.
compañero, compañero. So what, compañero X?
Compañeros.
S?
But that's like
Would
could
be-
be another.
yeah.
That could be a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but not for that one. But yeah, that's what they're trying to change
Well,
the
and
whole thing.
all the guys I work with, they say compy.
Little do they know, isn't the whole issue with like how poor the Latin American country is and none of them are educated? So they're only just changing the language for rich fucking
For
Latinos
which white people that...
and white people.
Well, yeah, it's
Well,
definitely
that's
the
why,
white moms.
All the political shit shifted this year because all the polling came out and only like 5% of people supported it. So you go to actual Spanish speakers and they're like, "What the fuck are you
Well,
talking about?"
that's what I was gonna say. Is I watched
Yeah.
a podcast with Tom Segura, and he was saying, he's like, yeah, it's bullshit. No
Yeah.
one uses it.
Yeah.
It's for the rich
It's
white ladies.
Which right? Yeah.
you know,
Which rich white liberal women.
that haven't had any. Well, and I heard something too. Like once, I think we talked about this last time. I was over on Saturday, and we were like, that once you don't grow up with real problems, you just create problems that aren't really there. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like liars believe in their lies. You know,
Damn. I
They
don't
never
remember
ex-
saying it like that, but yeah.
they never experience problems, so
Yeah.
they make up problems that they think they have.
Yeah.
You know, that they
And they
think the
over
whole
exaggerate on little
yeah.
problems, make them bigger problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fucking seen that. That's why I was terrible at giving advice to people.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? What are you bitching about? Like,
Yeah, well, I just told them, don't
Like-
be like me.
huh?
Like, I had stopped stove from eating all that acid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
That was probably a safe move for everybody.
Yeah.
Too, though. Yeah, no, I just would be bad. I would be like, well, then fucking wait a month. It'll be shitty, and then it'll be fine. And they'll be like,
Yeah.
no, I'm dead. I'm going to die. I'm like, nah, you'll be good. Something worse will happen in a month.
Yeah, well,
They're like, no, stop.
it's the same thing with, like, that's how you
Yeah.
get a personality. You go through some shit.
Yeah, it just sucked realizing that at like a young age, and then
Yeah.
everyone else was like had to wait 10 years to be like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, fuck.
Crying at 7 because
Yeah.
daddy didn't come home.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I could have went without that.
Yeah,
But fuck it.
yeah, but now people are doing it from like leaving home in college, and they're crying.
Yeah, but that's what you want too, right? Like you want to give
The,
your
the
kids
goal
a
is
better life.
the goal of a parent is to keep them as innocent as possible for as long
Yeah.
as possible.
But I think it kind of fucks them up.
Nah, because you can be innocent and have real world skills,
True.
but that's like the plumbing, like
Yeah.
the child of like a tradesman, child of a farmer. They're the innocent but have real world skill. That's when they go to the city, they go wild or don't fucking
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it. You know?
Yeah, it's just like all the virgins.
Yeah, because like you don't have to teach them sex because they
Yeah.
watch like the animals on the farm do it, so
Yeah.
you don't have to even go through that. They just get it. Like,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have
Why?
to do shit by hand, so they get the actual like labor time.
Yeah, it's like
you
the
know,
super
skill.
religious people are like butt fucking in 8th grade because
Well, the super religious. That's when you mix the religious with the two other things, it can get a little culty.
yeah, it gets
but,
wild, dude.
Yeah. Little
My
culty.
grandma was super religious. Like I got all my confirmation.
Oh,
and
my
all
grandma,
that.
my whole family's super religious
Yeah.
still. But I can talk to them about the shit because I believe that, like, I believe in the Bible if it comes out that everyone was kind of tripping. Like, a little, like, hallucinogenic on it.
Yeah.
Because then if you read it, it kind of makes sense. Like, oh, this dude lived for 300 years. Oh, 300 years on acid. That's what I get it.
You want acid's man-made, but mushrooms.
Well, yeah, so
You
it
know
was
what I'm
mushrooms and, like, this,
You know what I'm
yeah.
wondering? You know how you could like go in your backyard if you have like a fairly woodsy backyard, you can find like edible mushrooms. Well, back in the day when did cows exist here before us, or did we bring them over?
We domesticated them. And,
But they existed already.
like, not in that form, but yeah. Yeah, they were like...
Because that's how you get.
It was
mu-
like bulls and lady bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Cow is just a lady bull.
So I'm wondering if, as available as mushrooms are today, if there was just them growing out of wild cow shit.
Yeah, that's the Indian, the Hindus and like
Yeah.
the dots and
That's
the
why
religion.
they praise.
That's why they
cows.
don't touch cows because
Yeah.
well, that's in theory. But like that's the what is it called? Stoned ape theory. You heard of Joe Rogan bring that up ever?
I don't know
That's
that
like apes
specific one,
accidentally
but-
ate mushrooms and that's
and
how we
their
slowly the brains
size-
develop.
Yeah, I did hear that.
And then that's like, oh, the Hindus like realized that but didn't know it was because of the mushrooms that they were just consuming. So they were like praised it, and there's like
Yeah, I mean,
there's a dope Hindu temple like 40 minutes from here. I checked out
Really?
on Friday. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
I took off work to watch the riots, but it wasn't as crazy as
Right, where were they? Pride Week.
just Arizona. No, from the the abortion thing.
Oh, I didn't even know there was.
Yeah, they overturned
riots.
Roe versus
No,
Wade.
I knew they did that. I didn't know there was riots.
There's only one bad one, and then and it was all in like places where nothing happened to abortion. Like abortion's still fucking legal in like California, here, New York. But like someone tried to light a cop's face on fire with a hairspray and a torch.
Yeah.
And
so I
Arizona fucking bugged out like hard. They like 20 people got arrested there.
Well, so I wonder, like,
Oh, that's one thing. Last thing I
Companies.
wanted to say was Amber Heard is probably pissed that this didn't happen before the end of her case. Because if this happened, she probably would have won.
this
Yeah.
woman's right. She would have snuck it in there. Somehow,
Yeah, just at the buzzer beater.
But so I'm wondering, with all the companies that came out and said they're gonna pay for travel and stuff like that,
Yeah.
do they need like a abortion receipt?
That's literally the question. It's like that's why the Republicans call this political theater for that reason. It's like there's so many things you're gonna have to do, and then I was listening to a lawyer yesterday say, oh well, now if it's illegal and considered murder, then you can be some people will try and charge you for conspiracy to commit murder in another state when you come back,
Wow.
but you can't be convicted of murder.
Because otherwise, like,
because it's in another state, but when you come back, the conspiracy if you plan
Conspiracy
it
of
and
it,
shit.
because otherwise,
But that's only being like Missouri and
and
Arkansas.
just like welfare checks, people might just start, instead of having kids for government money, they're just gonna start having
Getting
abortions
abortions, yeah.
for government money.
Yeah, that's like my issue with the maternity leave is like we need to fix it because what if someone gets pregnant like right away after pregnancy and she doesn't work for a company for 2.5 years and it's like, not a big company?
And then
They'll get fucked over
I'm
because
sure-
they have to pay 2 years of salary for no worker.
But I'm sure it's just like anything where you have to work 6 months.
Well,
to
that's
get-
what a lot of a small number of people complain about is like, oh, that should be fine. I'm like,
Yeah, just like you have to work.
people
6
can't
months.
afford that though.
You got to work
Yeah.
6 months to get insurance and shit like that, or you're in like the probation period or whatever until you're in a year.
That's the complaint though. That's like used right now because of the whole abortion thing. But we'll get into that a little bit later potentially. We're on the Mexican train. You know who Nancy Pelosi is?
Yeah,
Heard of her? Yeah. She elbowed a little Mexican child because the
probably
first.
deserved it.
Yeah, that's. I'm thinking of the video and. I assume she was
It
like,
was-
you got to be over here for this shot. But
It was hitting a pinata.
it's a
and
Mexican
shit.
child, and she did it in California
Damn.
or Texas because.
she didn't even like acknowledge it.
Well, so the issue is whose Mexican child it was. It was the first Mexican-born female congresswoman in the history of the U.S.
That's
It was her child while she was getting sworn into the fucking
Yeah,
Congress.
that's hateful. That seems like it's on
And
purpose.
Nancy Pelosi's husband just got arrested for DUI last week, and he just got charged this week.
That seems like it was on purpose.
She's falling down.
Well, she's the California
San
one?
Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody hate her?
I think
From
everyone's
what I've
scared of
heard.
her and hate her, but like, cause she's actually.
That's the one that
People
looks
say
like
she's actually evil, not dumb.
Yeah,
she's actually smart.
I think you have to be crazy and evil and wild intentions to get into politics.
Mm-hmm.
Like so self-centered.
Or to stay
I'm
into
right.
politics.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
You're wrong. This is how it should be. Like,
I
wild
think
shit.
that except stay into politics.
Stay into politics.
Yeah, like maybe you can
Yeah, I
go
guess
in,
some people
after 1 year you realize how the game's played and like
Yeah,
Game of
some
Thrones
people
type
get
shit.
in
You
because they
gotta,
want
like,
to change the
fucking-
world, and then they get in,
And then they're like,
yeah,
well, I changed the world because of this 500K donation.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm just not gonna talk about oil for a year.
yeah,
And we'll see.
yeah. You got to be fucking some maniacal motherfucker to stay into politics. I agree with that because
Yeah.
that's why I got into plumbing. I wanted to change the shit water, you know.
It's calling.
It's still the same, still shitty.
Oh fuck. Yeah. Yeah. So last thing on the kind of YouTube spectrum was, I think I asked you about this the other day. That girl, Leah Thomas, the trans swimmer.
Yep.
So the women's swimming came out and was like, we're not gonna allow trans swimmers anymore
Cool.
unless you transition before the age of 12.
Before the age of 12, that's fucked up.
That's like, it's good and fucked up, right?
Why don't they just make like a separate class?
Racist. Separate but equal. I think they're like invoking the separate but equal kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, but like,
Like you're segregating us.
it's the same reason we don't let women play in men's sports
Well,
because they'd get hurt.
But the whole argument's like, we're not having that issue with the other way. No, women are going to men's sports and everyone's bitching.
Yeah, it's all shitbag men.
Yeah,
that
but this
weren't
is like
shit.
the third wave feminist shit is that they're just like, no, women and men are equal on all boards. And like physically, on average, like.
Even mentally, dude.
And some people even say, hey, look at the high school's fastest sprinters versus the women's Olympians and tell me that's the case.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but like if it was separate, then
But that's this whole PC culture is that like people don't want to say that because it'll look bad, and it
I
got
mean,
so
it's-
far that this man with this lady with the dick
But if you
Sells her
think
dick.
if you think about it,
still has her
if
dick.
if you're a lady with a dick
Mm-hmm.
and you beat another lady with a dick, you pretty much beat another man.
Well, so the only person that she lost to that I saw
Was
Was-
a woman,
a woman transitioning to be a man.
which is hilarious.
Yes.
You
Very-
lose to a girl.
and they and
lady
it was 1-2.
becoming
Someone who was taking testosterone to be a man. Which,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. And then,
Imagine
and then they
going-
use that as like, look, I can get beat by.
Yeah, the one freak woman athlete.
Yeah.
The-
Well, she can pump. Well, I don't know if she was on testosterone at the time, but she was transitioned to be a dude.
Well,
And an actual biological woman tied with her, and then they gave the medal to her for the photo shoot and said, "Well, nail yours."
I did see that picture, but
That was.
that's even worse, dude. Talk about a kick and you're almost gone nuts.
Yep.
You lose to
Not
it.
almost. She just kept the whole thing, everything.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. And I still like women. I have a dick and balls and like women. I'm just a girl.
Oh,
I used to make jokes about this in the middle. I was like, I want to be lesbian, but not have to do the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing to
I almost
say.
got kicked off the basketball team in middle school for saying that out loud. Well, I'm reading it in an English prompt warm up in the morning and raising my hand and saying, "No, this is my response."
Yeah, I almost got kicked off the football team for getting arrested
That's a
for
little
saying
different.
that I wanted to
Oh,
chop my nuts off.
you got arrested for that?
No, I'm just-
No. What fucking
no, I think
country
I
are we
stole.
living in?
I think I stole from somewhere.
It's a little more makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
I
Coach
think I've
Good
almost
old
been
Mick.
arrested only 5 times, 5 to 6.
I got lucky. All my shit was under 17. So
Last year, I think I told you right. I got fucking pulled over by 9 cops, and they all had their guns drawn.
for what? Oh, your Mexican side was showing.
No, they thought I stole my car because like a couple months before, my car got stolen downtown on my cousin's birthday.
Really?
Yeah, so they all had the car, and I like saw the cop, and I saw the whole thing because I was smoking a blunt in the car, and I put it out, and then they just shut down the highway. I was going to move my brother out of Iowa, University of Iowa.
Wow.
Yeah, And I was like, fuck. And then I started laughing in handcuffs. Literally, it was like a 5-lane highway. They blocked 4 lanes off, so both traffic was stopped. Just me in handcuffs, just laughing like this. Like, I know what this is about, guys. Don't worry.
They're like, my bad.
Yeah. It's exactly.
Wow.
And they're like, your car kind of smells like weed. I'm like, I'm a CBD farmer. I get it. Like, and they left my 8 grams of weed in there. And just,
Because it's Delta 8 or something. You told them.
that's what I told
Can
them.
they test for it?
No,
Like
not yet. They will have the tech, but I keep up with politics
'Cause
for
Delta
multiple
8's so
reasons, and this is one of them.
Delta 8's so legal nowadays.
Well, that's what I said to get out of when I got almost arrested in Missouri by the DEA. About the fake sign, did I tell you that?
Mm.
So, yeah, I was looking at property. Like, this is like 4 or 5 months ago. I was looking at property to move out in Arkansas, and on the way back, I was smoking a blunt, just looking at my GPS. I look up, and I see a sign on the side of the highway that says, drug checkpoint dogs in a mile. Well, I'm smoking a blunt. And in Missouri, it's super illegal still.
Dang.
And CBD, a blunt of CBD. It's legal, federally legal. Sorry. I got to say that just in case. I don't know. But, yeah, so I get off on the next exit. I'm like, I'll just take the back roads. It's fine. It's very scenic. Fucking cop is waiting right there and just pulls you over. He sees me. Just
Yeah,
take
it's
the
just like the
exit.
DUI checkpoints by the
But I was,
river
like,
they used to
putting a
have.
blunt out, so they walk up. They're like, "Sir, that's marijuana." I had an ounce on me, which is
God
like
damn.
a big deal. It's a
Right.
big deal. And I just said, "Sir, yeah, I know it smells like marijuana. I completely get that. It's CBD. There's a little Delta 8 THC, which they're federally legal. I thought it was okay. You can take it." And they took it. They left like my bag of roaches in the bowl,
Tight.
but they only took that. There were 2 bowls right next to each other. They only took one. I was like, "The fuck."
Tight. Well, I
And then
remember-
I think they were just looking for meth, so that was fine. They let me go. But I looked it up. It could have been like a couple of years ago.
well, you had all your teeth still, so they're like, all right, he can't be.
Well, I kept trying to tell them. I'm like, I can Google it and show you this is legal, like, but you can take it. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, but
They're like, it's marijuana. I'm like, no, it's not, but I
That's
get what you're saying.
that's devil's lettuce, son.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, well, it's technically not. It doesn't even get you high.
It's one fucking
Yeah.
element off of the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, and there is Missouri cops. They didn't know better. But yeah, and then I went back on the highway, drove down another mile. No fucking drug checkpoint. It was a fake sign just to get high assholes to pull off on the exit and pull them over.
That's pretty tight.
It was hilarious.
It works.
Yeah,
It worked on you,
I was
motherfucker.
pissed. I was like, fuck that, I got. All right, good.
That's
good.
pretty funny, dude.
That's like
All right,
crazy.
the pigs are getting smarter out here now.
It's sketchy.
The pigs are getting smart.
Oh,
Because, yeah,
man.
that's just like they used to have the DUI checkpoints by the river, remember, on like 4th of July and all that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And then
dude.
they'd have 2 more cops on both Main Street sides.
So sketchy. Those were the worst because
Yeah.
I'd just always be smoking weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fuck. Well, you want to plug anything? Do you get social media? No, right? Just
No,
Facebook?
just Facebook, and don't look me up on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll
My
bleep
grandma's-
out your last name. So.
Yeah. Well, you can keep my last name on it.
Okay. Subscribe to YouTube if you fucking want to. Spotify, rumble.com, BitChute.com, Odyssey.com, full video. What's up? Thank you, Snizzle, for sliding through. And fuck yourselves.
Is it just because they